If I had died that Tuesday morning, every doctor in my file would have said the same thing. He was low risk. Low risk. That phrase almost killed me. For 25 years, I did everything right. I wasn't reckless. I wasn't overweight. I didn't smoke. I didn't drink heavily. I exercised 3 times a week. My blood pressure was normal. My cholesterol was acceptable. My annual checkups were boring. My doctor used that word, boring. Nothing exciting here, he would say, but something very exciting was happening inside me. It was building, quietly, patiently, without pain, without warning, and none of the routine tests were designed to see it. Let me tell you what I believed, because you probably believe it too. I believed that if something serious was wrong with my heart, I would feel it. I believed that if my blood tests were normal, my arteries must be clean. I believed that heart attacks happened to other people, older people, heavier people, people who ignored their health. I was wrong on all 3. The first sign wasn't dramatic. It wasn't a crushing pain. It wasn't collapse. It wasn't a movie scene. It was breathlessness. One flight of stairs left me slightly winded, not gasping, just slightly uncomfortable. I blamed stress. I blamed lack of sleep. I blamed aging. Weeks later, I felt pressure in my chest while walking briskly in cold weather. It faded after I stopped. That should have been the moment I acted. It wasn't, because I had been told I was fine. And when authority tells you that you're fine, your brain protects that belief. Here's what nobody explained to me. A standard physical exam is not a searchlight. It's a surface scan. An EKG measures electrical rhythm. It does not measure narrowing inside arteries. Blood tests measure particles in your bloodstream. They do not measure plaque embedded in artery walls. Blood pressure tells you force. It does not show damage accumulated over decades. Even a stress test can miss unstable plaque. You can have arteries that look functionally adequate until the day they suddenly aren't. That's the part people don't understand. Heart attacks are often not caused by the biggest blockage. They're caused by unstable plaque that ruptures. Imagine a pimple inside your artery wall. Soft, inflamed, covered by a thin cap. If that cap tears, your body responds like there's a wound. It sends clotting factors. Platelets rush in. Within minutes, the artery can seal shut. No warning. No countdown. Just silence. That's what happened to me. It was 6:40 a.m. I was in the shower. I remember the exact tile pattern in front of me. A wave of nausea hit first, then pressure, then pain that radiated into my jaw. I sat down because I thought I might faint. I didn't faint. My heart stopped. Sudden cardiac arrest is not poetic. It is abrupt. It is mechanical. It is final unless interrupted. My wife heard the fall. She didn't scream. She didn't freeze. She called emergency services and started compressions immediately. Later, the cardiologist told me something I can never unhear. He said, if CPR had started even 2 minutes later, you wouldn't be here. 2 minutes. That's the margin between life and obituary. At the hospital, imaging showed severe coronary artery disease. Not mild, not borderline, severe. One artery was nearly completely blocked. 2 others were critically narrowed. And yet, my annual checkup 3 months earlier was normal. That word almost cost my family a husband and father. Here's what I wish someone had told me decades earlier. Atherosclerosis is a silent, cumulative disease. It begins with endothelial dysfunction, microscopic injury to the inner lining of arteries. High blood sugar, high blood pressure, inflammation, sedentary living, genetics. These factors create tiny breaches in that lining. LDL cholesterol particles enter the wall. White blood cells ingest them. Foam cells form. Fatty streaks become plaques. Plaques calcify or destabilize. And here's the critical part. Arteries expand outward for years to preserve blood flow. This is called compensatory remodeling. It means your blood flow can remain normal while disease advances aggressively. You can feel fine. You can perform fine. You can pass routine exams. until the day compensation fails. Half of first heart attacks are fatal. Many people never get a second chance. They never get a warning shot. Their first symptom is death. That sentence should disturb you. It disturbed me. After surgery, I asked my cardiologist a question that changed how I think about healthcare. I said, "Why didn't anyone look for this?" He answered, "Because you didn't qualify as high risk." Think about that. The system waits for risk to be obvious. But plaque doesn't wait for permission. I had a coronary CT scan after the event. My calcium score was extremely high. That means the disease had been there for years. Years. It was detectable. It just wasn't looked for. This is not medical paranoia. It's medical precision. If you are over 40, especially if you have family history, you should understand your true cardiovascular risk. That doesn't mean panic. It means information. Coronary artery calcium scoring. Advanced lipid panels. Inflammation markers like hsCRP. Discussion with a cardiologist, not just a general exam. Because feeling healthy is not proof of being healthy. I felt strong the week before I collapsed. I worked. I exercised. I made plans. I had no idea my heart was a loaded gun pointed inward. Today, I live differently. Not fearfully, intentionally. I take prescribed medications. I monitor metrics. I train intelligently. I eat with purpose. I get imaging when appropriate. I don't assume. I verify. I was given extra years because someone acted quickly. Most people don't get that mercy. If you remember nothing else from this story, remember this. Normal checkups reduce risk. They do not eliminate it. Ask better questions. Seek deeper data. Listen to subtle symptoms. Don't rationalize persistent fatigue or exertional discomfort. Prevention is quiet. Heart attacks are not. The morning my heart stopped, I thought it was just another Tuesday. It almost became my last Tuesday. You don't get notified when plaque becomes dangerous. You don't get a calendar invite for rupture. You don't get a rehearsal. You get one body, one cardiovascular system, one opportunity to act before crisis. Don't wait for the floor tile moment. Don't wait for someone to perform CPR on you. Don't wait for luck. Information is available. Technology exists. Decisions are yours. If you're low risk, confirm it. If you're high risk, manage it. If you have symptoms, respect them. The difference between living the next 25 years and not living them. Maybe a test you haven't asked for yet. Don't trust silence. Silence is how heart disease wins. Go find out what's happening inside you, and then live like you intend to keep your heartbeat.